master coach builders at H.J. Mulliner. The S2 evolved from the 6-cylinder S1 and the S2 Continental. It was launched in 1959 and marked a switch from straight 6 power to an all-alloy 6.2 litre V8, offering smooth and powerful performance and pretty silent, as you can not hear. Only 97 examples were built, the majority being right-hand drive as this motor car, and this sublime motor car was completed in April 1961 and delivered to P. MacDonald Limited of Glasgow with electric... Simply sensational. What a great start. Beautiful motor car. Lovely colours, isn't it, Richard? The Chrysler Ghia L 6.4 Coupe.
One of just 26 examples built between 1960 and 1963 and following the trend of blending styling.
Next up is something...
Here's a rare car, Peter.
This is pretty interesting because this is really based around a sort of technology experiment. It's a 1965 Ogle Triplex GTS presented by Christian Hartmann, and of course Triplex suppliers of glass for motor cars. You will see Triplex glass on many motor cars. So we've got the we've got the DB4 Series 5.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, 1963 Aston Martin DB4 Series 5 Vantage, brought to us by Andrew Barnes and Charlotte Lockhart. What a good-looking car. The DB4 offered between 1958 and next we have 1966 Ferrari 330 GTC, brought to us by Christy Chilton Hunt, and launched in 1966, bridging the 330 GT 2+2 and the 275 GTB. The 330 Gran Turismo Coupe is powered by a 4-litre V12, developing a robust 300 brake horsepower. Only 598 of these cars were built. They were stylishly understated, as you can see.
Well driven, thank you. And next up is the, I'm sorry?
Next is the 1961 Maserati 3500 GT Vignale Spider, brought to us by Christian Honig.
Thank you. It suits you. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 1964 a car I think everyone will recognise. It's a 1964 Aston Martin DB5, presented by Mark Lewis. Introduced in 1963, following the DB4 Mark V we've seen. It's the successor 007 Steed. It was equipped with a 4-litre 6-cylinder with 282 brake horsepower.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, around the fountain, I do ask you to show your appreciation to these cars. These owners have spent years and lots of money putting them together and bringing them for us to enjoy today. So do give them a warm greeting as they join us and leave the stage. Please. This is a 1964 Maserati Mistral Spider, designed by Pietro Frua on the Tipo 109 chassis. It debuted in 1963, and the Mistral was named after the Rhone Valley Wind, the Mistral, among the last Maseratis.
Or Maserati Mistral Spider.
In right-hand drive, no airbags. Have a good day. Nice to see you. Thank you. Well, that's the... Thank you, Richard. Do show your appreciation, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this a party today. It's sunny, we're at Hampton Court Palace, and all we have to do is drink champagne and enjoy motor cars and other things. What could be better?
Second packet of cars coming up. This is the Concourse cars coming around the main stage, around the fountain onto the main stage. And here's a special one to start with, Peter. This is a 1994 Bugatti EB110 America Progetto 33. The Ettore Bugatti pioneered the hypercar era with the world's first carbon fibre monocoque and permanent four-wheel drive in a production car. Now, originally the car's styling came from the pen of Marcello Gandini, famous for his work on the Lamborghini Miura, Countach and Diablo, and was refined by Gianpaolo Benedini. The EB110 was unveiled on the 15th of September coming over the main stage, but you can go and see, and should go and see, parked up in their position. The first one is
the first one is the 2006 Aston Martin DBR9, presented by Gregor Fisken. The DBR9 was the car that really spearheaded Aston Martin's GT racing comeback in 2005. It's based on a DB9 aluminium chassis, but heavily reworked. It has a sequential gearbox, splitter, rear wing, carbon fibre body, aero upgrades, and 600 brake horsepower. Exclusive to the 722 with Black Alcantara. And coming onto the stage next, thank you for joining us, is the 2017 Ferrari F12 TDF, coming from a private collection. It's Ferrari's track-focused evolution of the F12 Berlinetta, launched in 2015. It's powered by a naturally aspirated 6.3 litre V12 with a whopping 770 brake.
It looks superb. Ferrari Atelier.
And next up is this 2000 Aston Martin V8 Vantage Volante V550, and Blair McCurchy and Linda are bringing it up to see us.
Number plate.
I know. Now, Blair and Linda joined us on the Tour of Wales, not in this car, in another car that had 4 wheels on it.
So, joining us on the Concours presentation stage next is the 2019 Bentley Continental GT number 9, presented by Brian Webb. Good to see you. Thank you for bringing the motor car. That's testament again. We've talked about it other years, but where manufacturers today are so engaged in celebrating their long and illustrious history, particularly with races like Le Mans, which was the testing ground for motor cars. When does it date back to, 1923?
So, as we promised, ladies and gentlemen, the first of the third packet of motor cars. This is a 1912 Packard Model 48 Phaeton, brought to us by John Bentley and team, it would look like. The Model 48 is the first 6-cylinder Packard flagship, powered by a Leviathan 8.6 litre T-head inline 6, producing 74 horsepower. It's an advanced design with a T-head.
Thank you. And next we have a wonderful little motor car, 1914 Bugatti Type 13 8-valve, presented by Walter Hills. Italian-born engineer Ettore Bugatti had learned his trade. Well done pumping the fuel through there. And ladies and gentlemen, just look at the proportions of that car next to the Packard, which was built 2 years previously. Different cars, and this is a car I've been looking forward to seeing.
This is the 1926 Rally Grand Sport Type S, brought to us by David Foster and presented. Thank you, David.
Although my ears are ringing, I don't know about Fishtail exhaust there, they always sound
Can't hear you. Go on, what's next?
So we now have a good friend of mine coming up on stage, Mr. David Morris, with his Bentley 4.5 litre drop-head coupe. Good to see you, David. I guess you've
bringing this wonderful 4.5 litre drop-head coupe from 1929.
Thank you, David. Good to see you. We'll have a chat later.
And next we have this 1932 Aston Martin LM8, brought to us by Mark Fisher. Great to see Mark. Mark was on the pre-concourse tour in Wales with this very motor car, howling around in the pouring rain.
Good to see you. Bye. And now we have a lovely little car, very sweet motor car, the sort of car you'd open your garage doors on a Sunday morning and want to have a cup of tea with. It's a 1935 MGPA airline coupe, the aviation industry, of course.
And we go from great car to great car. This is the 1933 Talbot AV105 Vanden Plas Tourer, brought to us by David and Lee James. And not to be confused with the French Talbot Largos, the Talbot mark was nonetheless part of the Anglo-French Sunbeam Talbot Darracq collective. It was the 1930 Talbot 1930.
Okay, so before the next car comes up, we're going to talk about a motor car, the 1949 Aston Martin 2-litre Sports, also known as the DB1, presented by Martin Shelbourne.
The 2-litre Sports was the first product of the company under David Brown's ownership, and is retrospectively known as the DB1. The car debuted at the 1948 London Motor Show, 2 Litre Sports, retrospectively known as the DB1. Thank you.
So we are being joined on stage by the 1940 Bugatti Type 57 Atalante, presented by Mark and Rosie Lowther. And the Jean Bugatti designed Type 57 Atalante, built between 1934 and 1940, combined Art Deco styling with advanced engineering, powered by a sophisticated 3.3 litre, I'm looking at that wonderful Art Deco interior.
Wheels.
Even it's on wheels if it's rolling.
Even his cufflinks match. What's this one now, Peter?
So, something noisy and fabulous. I absolutely love this. Great year, 1967. Lola T70 Mark III GT, presented by William Kincaid. We weren't expected to see it, but we're delighted to see it. A closed cockpit version of the Lola T70, built to Group 4 rules. I can hear myself now, that's weird.
Unfortunately, it's way around the fountain pot. Oh, look. On the button. It's a 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300B Cabriolet, brought to us by James and Janet Jones, or Jim and Janet Jones, all the way from the US of A. And what a delightful car. We had this car on the Tour of Wales this week, but it looks magnificent here. Peter.
Well, these were produced between 1951 and 1957. The W196 Adenauer series was named after Chancellor Konrad Adenauer's official cars, and the 300B from 1954 added 10 horsepower with twin Solex carburetors, a higher compression ratio, larger vacuum-assisted brakes.
See it on the tour as well. If only the weather had been this lovely. Thank you very much. And next we have a Bentley R-Type Continental Fastback from our private collection. It's a 1952 car, so an early R-Type Continental. No collection is complete without a Bentley R-Type Fastback. Conceived in the late 1940s, the world's fastest four-door motor car, engineered by Ivan Everton, styled by John Blatchley. The prototype, and you too can have an R-Type Continental that looks as lovely as this. Next, Peter, we have a 1957 BMW 507, brought to us by Thierry Half.
In fact, no, it's being driven by Jessica. Jessica, good to see you. You didn't want to drive it earlier, now you do. So we had that conversation. It's great to see you. Hi. So we have here a 1957 BMW 507, designed by Albrecht von Goetz to challenge US markets. I hope you're enjoying that. Have fun. Isn't it amazing how many motor cars were repainted red in the 60s and 70s, and now, you know, I think there's a certain gentleman, there's colours make cars. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is something very, very special and a great privilege to have it here at Hampton Court Palace. We thank our friends at Mercedes-Benz Heritage. This is the 1970 Mercedes-Benz C111 Mark II. An extremely their own history, as well as the cars in the museum. So fantastic to see them present that car here. And how modern is that for 1969?
I know. It's not,
the colour just seems...
it's not meant for a guy who's over 6 foot tall. But now then, a very important anniversary this, ladies and gentlemen, 60-year anniversary of the Isogrifo. And we're delighted that this sublime 1972 Isogrifo Series 2, brought to us by Albert Hitchcock. And it was wonderful to see Albert polishing this thing at the very earliest hours of this morning, and you can see why. It looks immaculate.
I really do like those.
Next up, Peter.
Next up, we have something rather unusual. It's a 1973 Ligier JS2, presented by Thierry Dihac. Hi Thierry, how are you? Nice to see you. You can pause there. And the JS2 is the second model from Guy Ligier's glass...
JS2.
So we...
Talking of friends of the Concourse, how wonderful to see Jürgen Ramona Voller with this 1988 Aston Martin V8 Vantage Volante Prince of Wales edition. the Prince of Wales.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 1980 BMW M1 from Tim Hignett.
The coveted BMW M1 was the first standalone M model. It's a sporty mid-engine configuration with a much-loved Giugiaro design. The Paul Roche M88-1 straight-six motor produces 272 brake horsepower and influenced later BMW M engines.
And next up, we have some great friends of ours and mine and the Concours. We have Anthony and Anna McLean in their 1987 Aston Martin V8 Vantage Zagato. Conceived at the 1984 Geneva Motor Show, inspired by the Ferrari 288.
So now we move on to the next group of motor cars. Ladies and gentlemen, do come and join us around the Fountain Pond, the main stage. And what a wonderful selection we've got coming. What's this one, Peter?
So now we have a wonderful motor car, fresh from Pebble Beach, in fact, straight off the aeroplane. It's the 1924 Hispano Suisse H6C Boulogne short chassis saloon, presented by Mr. Simon Kidston.
The Phantom of Love's coming.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Do have a look at Simon's Instagram. He's so passionate about the history of these motor cars, writes about them with great personal affection. So do have a look. Now we have
the 1926 Rolls-Royce Phantom 1, the Phantom of Love, no less, ladies and gentlemen, brought to us by Michael Dacre. Now, the new Phantom was originally launched to replace the Silver Ghost in 1925 and continued with a straight six.
Thank you.
Now, you should introduce the next car. I may well talk about it as well, but go on, what we got now, Peter?
What we have now is a 1930 Bentley 8-litre Wayman Saloon, presented by Bentley Motors. The 8-litre was the last valiant attempt to turn Bentley around. It certainly had the credentials, not least because the engine was a development.
Amongst other things, at Crewe, driving it, I know this motor car quite well. It is the most lovely thing. And Mike, I'm sure you'd agree, and I can tell you personally, it does 100 miles an hour.
Just something, Richard.
Now the next is another very important motor car. It's the 1934 Packard 1108-12 convertible sedan, brought to us by Jack Boyd Smith Jr. Jack was our collector a few years ago and continues to bring astonishing motor cars over from North America. And Packards can arguably be considered the Rolls-Royce of North America, with an exclusive heritage. Good to have you. You always bring a wonderful motor car, and this is just as good as it gets. Thank you, Jack. And next, ladies and gentlemen, we have this 1935 Bentley 3.5-litre airline saloon by William Arnold, brought to us by Tom and Sue Rare. The first new Bentley model built after Rolls-Royce acquired the company in 1931. The 3.5-litre was built in Derby and marketed as the silent sports car. It was delivered as a rolling chassis.
We've said it before, do pay close attention to these cars when you see them parked, ladies and gentlemen, because it is these fine details that are so rare to find. Just the detailing on the door handles of that car are wonderful to observe and enjoy.
And next up, Peter, is the 1939 Bugatti Type 57 Stelvio by Gangcloth, brought to us by Klaus Dold. Well, brought to us by the Dold family, as usual.
Hello.
Delighted to see Madeleine and Victoria in there as well, Klaus.
Enjoy. Thank you. Enjoy the day. Well, I think, Richard, we will have a couple more motor cars from this class, or from this group, very shortly. I think they're just enjoying their coffees, but we've got a couple coming up now. What do we have next?
Well, here's a beautiful motor car, ladies and gentlemen, the 1939 Lagonda V12 Rapide Drophead Coupe by James Young, brought to us by the reigning Best of Show winners of the Concourse of Elegance at Hampton Court by Stephen and Kimmy Brower. They won last year with their delightful Phantom 3, Inskip Phantom 3 Rolls-Royce, and they come again with another wonderful motor car. Welcome, Steve and Kimmy. So What's in a name? Well, V12 Rapide says it's all. So next we have the 1947 Delahaye 135 MS Roadster, brought to us by Rafael Pueche.
Rafael, again, a great supporter of the Concours of Elegance from Spain. Great to see him driving this in the 1930s.
I know, fantastic. Thank you, Rafael.
40s, I should say, excuse me. Presented by Tony and Bettine Evans.
Great to see Tony and Bettine, good friends of mine. Bettine is a recent past marshal of the Worshipful Company of Coachmakers, which I now have the honour of being the master of. And this is a very important motor car, and this has been a labour of love for Tony.
That's a little known mark, but they were around until the mid-1950s.
And next we have a 1936 Bentley 3.5 litre Derby Curvilinear Coupe by Gurney Nutting, brought to us by Peter and Martine Reynolds.
The Curvilinear Coupe, and the 3.5 litre was a new Bentley model developed under Rolls-Royce ownership. It was introduced in 1933, as we said earlier, as the
Bentley 3.5 litre Derby Curvilinear Coupe by Gurney Nutting. Thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely.
Look at the pillarless windows as well.
Understated elegance, this motor car.
Thank you.
And that's also, you said Gurney Nutting's one of your favourite coach builds. I think that has to be one of my favourite colour combinations. Midnight blue with
Car collaboration from 2003, developed to rival Ferrari's Enzo and Porsche's Carrera GT. A spectacular front mid-engine supercar that still looks up to date today. Power comes from a 5.4 litre supercharged V8, the M155 SLR. Exciting 2007 Mercedes-Benz SLR
fast,
McLaren Coupe. It looks fast, standing still.
Really fast.
But a very important car in the history of McLaren and Mercedes. So there's some more wonderful motor cars coming our way, ladies and gentlemen, round the fountain pond towards the main stage. And this is a 1953 Ferrari 250 Vignale Spider Series 2, brought to us by Johann Voigt. Enthusiastically driven by Johann, Ferrari's 250 series started early in their history, the 250 coming from motor car.
We need to do that, of course.
Sounds fantastic.
No small exhaust, wonderful.
Okay.
A popular motor car there. What a great sound they make.
Racing colours.
And now we have something from Britain, the 1955 Aston Martin DB3 S Coupe from the collection of the Honourable Sir Michael Kaduri. Developed as a lighter, more competitive successor to the DB3 with a much more slender, delicate, low-slung and shapely coach. And let's just drink this in for a second. To the left, Richard, look at that lineup of motor cars. Mostly from the 1950s, in fact all from the 1950s. That is just simply spectacular.
No, I agree, Peter. You won't see a lineup like this any place, but I'm so happy for the Concours of Elegance here in its 14th year. We've got such an astonishing lineup. And
yeah.
First up is this, or next up is the 1951 Ferrari 212 Export Vignale Barchetta, brought to us by Derek Whitworth. Successor to the 166, the 212 was built. It's a Ferrari. And next, Peter, is a car we saw earlier.
It is indeed, all the way from New Zealand, miles and miles of travel, presented by Bruce Miles and his partner. This is the 1952 Ferrari 212 Inter Coupe by Pininfarina. And
Right, bringing the longest distance car, so start the journey home. Thank you very much.
I hope to see you again.
Next is the 1952 Jaguar C-Type, brought to us by Hans-Martin Schneeberger, developed out of the XK120C. Jaguar's C-Type debuted in 1951.
And if you're going to look at the history of Jaguar in the 1950s, 5 times Le Mans winners, you can't do it without seeing the Jaguar D-Type. The successor to the C-Type, here we have a 1955 Jaguar D-Type, presented by Philip Bert.
55 Jaguar D-Type.
The thing that many people miss on the D-Type is the bonnet hump. It's asymmetrical because it's just minimal clearance of the engine. I love a D-Type.
And next, Peter, we have this delightful 1951 Ferrari 212 Export Vignale Cabriolet, brought to us by Michael and Gillian Weisberg. Now, legend has it that Enzo Ferrari once said that the brakes on his cars were not the best. Vignale Cabriolet, brought to us by Michael and Gillian Weisberg. Thank you very much indeed. Beautiful motor car.
Here comes trouble. Here comes trouble. So yeah, we've got now coming up the 1956 ACA's Bristol, presented by Philip Highlander, a great friend and supporter of the Concours. ACA's was launched in 1950. It's highly celebrated, Mr. Highlander.
And very shy. And next we have the 1950 Jaguar XK120 OTS, brought to us by Clive and Rachel Austin. Now, Jaguar's XK120 was launched at the 1948 Earls Court Motor Show as a showcase for the new XK straight six engine. It became iconic. And what a sensation it caused. Imagine this swooping, flowing, leaping cat.
And it's a superb
It's a gorgeous motor car, this delightful 120.
If you're restoring an XK120, ladies and gentlemen, come and have a look at this car, because this is how the factory built it.
And listen to it, purring gently, 6,000 miles. I think you're clocking it. I think you switch the odometer off, I do. But what a wonderful motor car. Thank you, Clive and Rachel Austin, the Jaguar XK120 OTS from 1950. The winner of last year's RAC Club Trophy, and therefore our guest here at Hampton Court this year.
6,000 miles from you. That's not bad. 40.
I haven't seen it for years. keep this line early. Let's hold on, we'll wait a second. Maybe the line. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Let's go down there.
You going with mummy? Or do you want to see if we can find a gap on the gap? See, I think there might be a gap on the
Well, what's the
Old Ferrari heritage.
Ferrari heritage? I got heritage.
Have racing cars. That is yeah, I think that's
Guys,
1914. Mr. Van Dyke, how would it like?
oh, like
Good. Don't feel pressure. It looks soft as well as the hard wearing leather. These are still verbal. So sit is far enough up the food chain. So you can address?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Garbage, absolute garbage. Scott, we might need one. Yeah, we do. We might swap with some gas. Not just anybody. This guy and I go way back. Just started his business again.
It's lower, that is more open. Tell us a bit more about the paper. So the hangers with crystal over after as well. So it's a white paper. You can use this one with crystal paper over top of it. Absolutely fantastic. It's wonderful to see it here. Thank you very much. No problem, thank you.
Anyway, nice to meet you. Thank you. Mine up to you. Yeah, maybe.
Alright, well then I'll message you.
Yeah, so if you don't mind.
No, yeah, I just read through. It's quite a cool thing.
Go and have a look. See what you think. Yeah.
David,
It's an amazing thing.
yeah, well, I've never heard of that.
David. Fritz is driving that.
My goodness. Dude.